Bill Rowley is here with me right now doing the hair.
Thank you.
When you're done here, you're going to be going back there. But before you do that, my goodness, we've got so many questions from our viewers right now for you when it comes to hair. But first, I'm going to start with a true or false question for you. Okay, so this is about picking apart your split ends. So some women, they see a split end and they just go, ah.
Thinking they'll end up with twice as much hair.
And just pull it right apart. So I want to know, is this a no-no?
No, 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 no. International symbol for no.
No.
Bad.
Don't do it.
What you can do.
Why not do
it? Well, because, what you're doing is essentially weakening your hair even farther up the hair shaft. So it will just continue to, hair will split. It's like, think of, I always compare hair to silk. It's one of the strongest fibers in the world until it's overworked. If you wash a silk blouse every day, dry it every day, it gets weaker and weaker and weaker, and it will just split and dissipate and disappear.
Right.
But what you can do, and I think most girls do this and know this, front of Netflix, little pair of manicure scissors and ponytail.
Clip them.
Clip them. Yep, just take them off.
Okay.
It's not a big deal. It doesn't affect anything I do when you come into the salon.
Okay.
Because you're just taking off the little, you know, you get those little white ends? Those little, just take them off.
Oh, I'm glad you said that, because I thought you were going to say, come to my salon and I'll do it for you.
Well, of course I'll do it for you, and I'll charge you a ton of money to do it. But, you know, if you can sit there for half an hour, seriously, you're not layering out your own hair.
Okay,
right? You're just taking...
Give myself a bob, a layered bob.
Exactly.
Okay, this is from our viewer, Angela. What is a great non-greasy product for styling short hair in the summer?
Oh, this
so
is a
she
good
wants
question.
to add texture, but she doesn't want to get slimy in the heat.
This is such a good question. Wax. So pomades come in several different textures.
Yes.
There's greasy, there's waxy, there's creamy.
Yeah.
I find in the summer, if your hair is very, very fine, this might not be the best one because it might be a little heavy for your hair. But again, you can find one that's maybe not as waxy.
Yeah.
But the greasy ones and the creamy ones in the heat and humidity melt a little bit.
Okay.
Right? Whereas the stiffer ones that are waxier, they have a bit of hold in them. Like some of them, you open them up, it should be a candle wick in there. That's what it looks like, right? And there's a very famous product that you can get at barbershops called Butch Wax.
Yeah.
That you can just take a dab of that and you'll have a rock and roll hairdo all day.
Very cool.
It's a great question.
Okay, I'm getting these on Facebook right now.
I love
we're
this.
live right now. I know, I think that's cool.
This.
What we do is, even though we're live now and the show will air next week, we're going to repost the live video because there's really good questions here. Should you change your, this is kind of makeup-y, but I think you can handle it. Should you change your eyeshadow and lip color if you have changed your hair color?
Oh, that's a great question.
Isn't that a good question?
Yeah, it
that's
really
Amy
is.
Nesbitt.
It really is a great question. You know, basic rule of thumb is every woman can wear every makeup and every hair color if the two of them are a good marriage.
Okay.
So if you've been a brunette and now you're a redhead, yes, you may have to change the tone of your foundation, your tinted moisturizer. You may have to go from a blue-red lipstick to an orange-red lipstick. If you've gone from a brunette to a blonde, or the biggest one from a blonde to a brunette.
Right.
Because when you're blonde for a long time, you're used to having this beacon of light around you. So pale eyes and frosty pale lips, you look great.
Yeah.
You all of a sudden have dark hair, you just feel like you're like heavy. You know, like something's sitting on your head. Yeah. So then you have to, right? Then you have to, because you've lost this beacon of light.
Your halo.
So then your makeup has to change to match that as well.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so you do. Make sure you you look at that. Rueda says, I have curly hair. What products can I use to not make my hair dry with the product? So curly hair can be difficult to deal with. You know, maybe you want to add moisture. Maybe you want to make sure you're not adding to frizz. What do you suggest for curly hair?
And so it depends on where you live in the country as well, because we're about to have a very humid summer, whereas in Calgary and Edmonton, it's a very dry summer. But an old trick of mine that I absolutely love, if you have a hard time finding a curl cream that suits your hair, and this is for any ethnicity, any kind of hair texture, if you're wearing it naturally curly, a good old-fashioned gel and conditioner, and make a little hair cocktail. Take a little glob of gel, little glob of conditioner on damp hair, emulsify it, start at your ends where your hair is more porous, and work your way up to your roots. Then the little trick of, never mind. Then the little trick of twirling it around your finger. Right?
Twirls.
The little finger twirl. And leave it and let it dry. And you'll be amazed at how the conditioner will continue to do its job as a conditioner, but the gel stiffens it up. So when you go about your day, your hair doesn't just start to expand.
Oh, I love that. Okay, we should end it, but I'm not going to. Okay. Oh, Irene has a good one. How do I grow out my hair without losing patience?
This sounds like my mother-in-law. Her name is Irene.
Yeah,
Irene, is that
it
you?
Irene? Is this Bill's mother-in-law?
Yeah.
That's okay. We're still going to get you an answer.
It really.
Right?
It's okay. So it's so hard to grow out your hair. First of all, keep in mind you want to grow your hair out from the top. So if you've got a short haircut, keep a short bob. Keep chopping the bottom and let this grow in from the top. Then when you get a bob, you can let it grow down. Because if you just let length grow, you end up with that horrible shag.
Yeah.
With like on the bottom.
Wispy.
And just this weird mop of hair on top. So it's in the beginning you have to cut your hair to grow it. I know it sounds ridiculous, but you do have to. And then once you start to get some length, trim it every 3 months to get those split ends off so you're not going like this. Woo!
I love it.